Ah, well, what a player Callum O'Hare is, especially for you, Shax. Hope you're watching. Welcome back to 20 more minutes of Where Blades Walk. MR says O'Hare is crucial in that 10 position, but where is Callum O'Hare's best position? Hope you're doing well. We are recording this just before Sheffield United take on their midweek charge, and we've got Dan and Connor to discuss quite a lot this week. What is Callum O'Hare's best position? The midweek fixtures are upon us, but are they looking a bit unfair for the Blades? We'll talk about why the fixture computer may be a bit biased towards us, and should the playoffs this year or future years go down to 7th and 8th place, the EFL want to change it. Plus, we're starting the Sheffield United A to Z. Who for you, if we had an encyclopedia of Sheffield United history, who should be at the letter A? AI suggests this fella should be there. I'm sure you can think of a lot better. We've got Dan and Connor back with us to rule the rule over what went on at Oxford, and of course give their thoughts on just how much improved it was. Hope you're doing well, both of you. Dan, was that a lot better?
Yeah, I think we've seen a change in the organisation since Chris Wilder came back in. I think, we saw that. Well, I certainly saw that last weekend against Charlton. I thought we were more organised, but certainly going to a back three, Ben Mee, with his experience in there. I said last week I was impressed with McGuinness and Tanganga, and that was the same again. I thought we were really good. Never really looked like conceding, apart from the one save that Cooper's had to make. But yeah, it's baby steps in it. You can't expect to come and lose 5-0 and then go and win 5-0, as Chris Wilder said in his interview after. But yeah, it's a step on the road. It's a clean sheet. But that's it. Onwards and upwards. Keep going to pick results up, and we'll see what happens next. But very much improved in my opinion. Just still don't create enough. But I think as the season goes on, and as they work on systems and formations, etc., that'll improve.
Yeah, brilliant. Shax's on holiday this week, Connor, which I'm really grateful for because I can talk to you about Callum O'Hare and ask the genuine question: where's his best position? Without Shax coming in saying on the bench, where, where where is Callum O'Hare's best position?
Yeah, I think he's definitely the 10 role for him. He's got to be behind the strikers. A lot of times we seem to put him out wide on the right, and you can tell just looking at the stats, he's not as effective out wide. He's not strong enough. He's not fast enough. You need that bit of skill and trickery and pace to, like Ogbenny produced for the goal. You need that pace to get down out wide, stretch team sort of thing. And I think him playing behind, he's a bit closer to Gus then as well. With Gus playing off the left, and they do link up really well. And for me, I think he's vital that we keep. If we're going to play him, you play him in that 10 role. Gus is always on left, and then I know we mix it up on right with Ogbenny, Brooks, etc. But for me, he's got to play middle because he's absolutely awful when he plays out wide.
Yeah, this one, Rock and Roll Blader, made that point. He did well today, but one swallow doesn't make a summer. He's not been very good all season, but that's the O'Hare we need, and then he has to improve again. Good, yeah. How did Hamer do, Dan? Because again, some people are shouting out, well, O'Hare was on fire. If only Gus could start to care a little bit more.
I don't think it's so much the fact not caring. Although in recent weeks under previous management, I think a lot of the players were guilty of that, including him. But no, I think it's good that other players are stepping up to the plate rather than Gus, like Gus did most weeks and most games last season. Gus will come into his own. We know what Gus can do, and that creativity and that bit of quality will arrive very soon. And I've got no problems with Gus at all. And yeah, I think it's about time that Callum O'Hare stepped up and his end product were better than what it usually is. Because to be fair, it's not. It's generally not. He gets a lot of the ball. He runs around and wastes it. So I'm glad he was in a position where he decided he didn't want to have 36 touches and he had one and scored from it. So.
Okay.
But yeah, Gus will step up soon, and I've no doubts about that. He's by far head and shoulders best player we've got.
Cheers, Dan. Joe says Cal's best game this season was easy. Just need Gus and Ty now Connor to follow suit. When all three of them are on it, we are going to be a force again in this league, no doubt of that. For 35 minutes in the second half, we were the best team and bossed it. got to stretch that to 16, 17. We were so much better. Yeah. You agree?
Yeah, especially on the point about Campbell and Gus stepping up. I think Campbell this season, other than obviously the first goal in the first game, he has been awful. A lot of games he doesn't seem interested. He's not making as many runs as he were. He seems to be jogging around the pitch, not getting involved as much. I'm not sure why, but the drop off from last season to this season has been massive, and it's just a shame that we other than Cannon, we haven't really got the options to maybe take him out of the spotlight, give him a rest, sort of thing that might rejuvenate him. We're having to just go with it, and sometimes you just got to play through these bad spells. And I think we all know his qualities. We saw what he did for us last season, and I think once he gets that goal, he will kick on again. But it's just, players have the moments. Same with Gus, like Dan said. We know he's got the quality. Sometimes, especially a lot of the times last season, we had a massive over reliance on Gus, and we need to spread the goals out. And like Dan mentioned as well, the creativity up front is really lacking. Defensively, we've looked a lot better since Chris has come back, but going forward, a lot of the time, 60, 70 minutes of the game, we don't seem to create anything. So that is a big major concern. And like you said, as soon as Gus and Ty start firing, a lot of those problems will be answered.
Yeah. I mean, you were recording this just before Southampton, Dan. Hopefully, by the time people watch this, you've got 3 more points in the bag. They play a very high line. They are very strong defensively. So there's an opportunity there, isn't it? And then, of course, whole of the weekend, they've been battered by Blackburn 3-0 not so long ago at the MKM. So this is a real big week, isn't it, for Blades? You can actually just restart the season just in the space of 6 days, can't you?
Yeah, we could do. I think it's going to be the most inconsistent championship that we've seen. So I think there's results in every game for us, and likewise for every other team. Like you said, but they've had that result against Blackburn, and then I think didn't they lose a weekend to Watford? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they did. So there is. It's going to be small steps because this team are not going to create as much as what they did last year with the players we had last year. There's a lot of players still low on confidence. And Chris Wilder and his coaching staff have got to get that back out of them. So we'll see what happens. But definitely, I think you've got to be looking at 4 points. Southampton's won 1 game in 7, but they've still got a fabulous squad, a great squad of players, and they'd be expected to come and win on Tuesday night. And I think, in reality, I expect them to come and win Tuesday night. But what we'll get every week now is we'll get better performances. We'll be more organised, and hopefully we can start creating a few more chances and seeing what we can do, because it's a big season. No one's going to run away with it this year, so there's still an opportunity while the playoffs are still available. There's still an opportunity for us to try and aim for that.
So I hope you keep Shay Charles quiet anyway. I think so. Don't want him scoring the last minute winner there, do we? Now, Connor, how much of the clean sheet of the weekend was down to this fella? Andy says much needed quality and presence. The back, of course, man of the match award as well. Player of the match, I'd say.
Yeah, well, like Wilder pointed at, the fact that Ings and Ben Mee are coming back into the squad now they're getting to full fitness, I think it is massive. Just their experience alone, being around the dressing room, and the fact that we can play him on the pitch as well. I think it makes McGuinness and although Tanganga's been good at times, I think it makes both of them a lot better than what they are. Having that leader, someone to sort of boss him around, tell him what to do, organise the back line sort of thing. He's vital to that, and I think moving forward, I think we've got to stick with that formation at present until we can bring extra bodies, maybe in January. I think that's the way forward. And Ben Mee, he's class. All he's ever been, he's been with Burnley at top end at Championship or Premier League. He's been with Brentford in Premier League, God knows how long. So I think he's really suited to us, especially in a back 5 with the 3 centre backs. I think it really does look good in there. And like I say, it does make the rest of the defence play better, just like we had previously. It reminds me a bit like Richard Stearman in the season when we went up before. He didn't play every game, but the experience he had, the presence he was in the dressing room, the character he brings, I think that'll be vital in helping us climb table.
Oh, okay. Well, we all know the midweek fixtures are starting this week. 9 of them, Dan, this season in the 46-game calendar, and of those 9, you play 4 teams home and away. The calendar, or the fixture computer, I should say, rather, has randomly generated. You'll play Southampton home and away, Blackburn home and away, Norwich home and away, and Coventry home and away, which is a shame really, because that's a good game to have on a weekend for away fans, well, especially for away fans travelling. Yeah, you're the only team that's been drawn to Southampton and an East Anglian club in this round. Does it seem fair?
It's what it is, isn't it? If we don't have it, somebody else will have to have it. So I don't really look into it. You play who you play, don't you? It's, you're never going to be happy with who you play, but yeah, it doesn't really affect me. It'll not affect a lot of United fans who travel week in, week out. They'll still do it. So no, you're never going to get away from that. So if we didn't have it, somebody else would have, I suppose. But yeah, that's just how it happens, isn't it?
Just travelling to Southampton, isn't it, on a Tuesday or Wednesday night, Connor, whenever it'll be. I mean, yeah,
it's great, isn't it? 2 days off work.
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
There's plenty of other Midlands teams, and obviously teams in London around there, and yet they send a team from Sheffield down there on a Tuesday. Same for obviously Southampton themselves on this Tuesday coming. It's for me to look at that, Connor, or
I think it don't matter what happens. Obviously, there's some sort of computer generator that does all these fixtures for us. I mean, even if it didn't happen, Sky would just change it anyway and stick it on a midweek and just do your own. Either way, it doesn't seem what happens. If computer don't do your own, it'll be Sky or TNT or whoever else that like to mess fit. I mean, how many times it's been on a bank holiday? Everyone's booked hotels, and then next minute, oh yeah, Sky have moved it to Wednesday instead. Right. I don't think it matters either way.
All right, let us know your thoughts. Before you go anywhere, do hit the subscribe button. We're trying to hit the magic 900. If you can help us get there, we're so close to it. It'd be absolutely amazing if you haven't yet done so and you've watched us for a couple of weeks now. 20 minutes of Blades chat with these two and Checks. Where we run the rule over all the good takes and bad takes from Twitter. Here's an interesting one from this week, which surprised everybody when it was announced. The EFL, Dan, are deciding to have a chat about extending the playoffs to include 7th and 8th place. Once again, I mean, it might be good for Blades this season, given it won't happen this season, of course, but in future seasons. But first of all, is it good for Sheffield United, and is it good for football?
What, 8th going up instead of 2nd? Not really. They do it in National League, and don't get me wrong, I think Oldham were the lowest placed team last year. I think.
York missed out.
And they've gone up, and great for them, and great for their supporters, and great for their club. But I've said it all along. I've said it for years. If you finish in the top 3, you should go up. You've been the best teams all year. For somebody else to come along and stop that, and I'd say that if we were 4th, 5th, or 6th, it don't matter to me, 7th or 8th, because then what happens next? Or 9th or 10th. So you play. You can have a crap squad, have a crap season, and finish 9th or 10th. It's mid-table. No, it's not. It's not for me. That it's just more money. It's just how are you gonna do it? So your second and third team are automatically in a semi-final, and other lads after. That's what it'll be. It's not realistic. It's like another cup. It's like another cup tie, innit? It's not. It's just more. It's to generate more money. But people will do it. People will go and watch it. You'll finish 8th and you can get into the Premier League. Huge for a club. And no disrespect when I mention a club, for somebody, let's just chuck Preston in there. Paul Eckenbottom's Preston. Let's just chuck them in there. Fantastic for them. Go and do that. A club who's not been in Premier League or ever been in Premier League, and brilliant. Their fans will come on and disagree and say, well, that's great. We get 8th and we do it. Everyone's laughing, but it's just my own personal opinion. No, if you finish in top 3, if you finish 20 odd points above a team below you, why should they go up before you? It's all money. We've known that for years, but it's not for me. It should be top 3. That's it. You've earned it. Top 3, bottom 3. You've earned it. Why not? And how many times teams finish 3rd and don't go up? I mean, what's the percentage over the years? You probably know that the percentage over the years of 3rd going up is probably very low.
Yeah, Yeah.
So
your case in point, obviously, last year, Millwall finished, Connor, on 66 points compared to your 90 last year, or 92. If you that just shows you, doesn't it, the
well,
gap between third and
some
eighth.
some
But
well, Sunderland were
yeah,
74. Sunderland were
yeah.
74. Look at them now, brilliant. They've taken Premier League by storm, aren't they, and doing really well. So fair play, but it's just more and more money every year, and
Okay.
nah, it's not for me.
Let us know in the comments if you disagree or not. Finally, then this week, then we're kicking off with a little bit of fun. It's not all depressing stuff. With the A to Z of Sheffield United, we had one encyclopedia with one page for every single letter of the alphabet. Who of Sheffield United history gets into the letter A page? Now, AI came up with Chris Armstrong. Connor, I'm hoping maybe that you might be able to come up.
You've got me stumped on this one already.
something better.
Armstrong
Otherwise,
would literally
Armstrong's going in there for.
Oliver Arblaster.
You want Arblaster in there as the history
Yeah,
of Sheffield United. All right, okay.
that's the first one that comes to my head.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm going to chuck in
Armstrong were on
away
it, well.
fans, because I think Sheffield United have got a great set of away fans. We could put that in there if we're struggling. But Connor, any other suggestions? I mean, help us out in the comments here. I mean, we're looking for surname only. Sorry, by the way, as well. So you can't have, we can't have, Adam Armstrong.
I was sat here for 10 minutes before we come on trying to think of anyone other than Armstrong we're in here. I didn't even come up with Arblaster.
Okay, right.
Connor, what about Adi Akinbaye for that goal at Hillsborough?
Yeah, do you know, that's a good shout. That volley at Hillsborough.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
Carlos Arber.
Yeah, he's a bit more your day, and he's before my time.
Okay.
Yeah, Carlos Arber. I think he would. There's a few shouts there, Mark. I'll let you choose. I don't think Armstrong should be in out of them, but I'll let you choose that. But any one of them three, probably. I'd probably say Arblaster or Asaba for me. Akinbaye.
Akinbaye.
Yeah.
Right. Well, as you've both got mutual respect for Akinbaye, we'll stick him in for that goal. But in the comments, please, come on, who have they missed? It can also be a place, it could be a memory, it could be a away game, it could be anything that should be in there for Sheffield United's history. Right, thank you very much. Hopefully, when we get to the letter O, we'll be putting Callum O'Hare in, because he'll be on 20 goals a season. Let's fingers crossed for that.
Don't let Shags choose that one.
Right, we'll see you next week for letter B. Be thinking about that, and we'll also hopefully be sitting here talking about another 6 points on the board for the Blades. Have a good week, everyone. Good luck against Southampton, and we'll see you then. Have a good one.